Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and this is how to use Simisear. Now, Simisear is going to be another elemental monkey, and the cool thing about these typing breakdowns is that they are the same as starter type Pokemon. So all you have to remember is grass comes first, fire beats grass, water beats fire, and now you have the order of any kind of like trio elemental typing like with the elemental monkeys or starter Pokemon. Yeah, I need to fill this video with trivia somehow. So Simisear is going to have these same stats as Simisage and Simipour. The idea is that you have some very frail defenses, but some moderate sweeping stats. Not insane, not super powerful, but you do have 101 base speed. 101 base speed going to be pretty efficient because now you're outspeeding 100 base speed Pokemon, and that does make your options expand just a bit more. So we see some Pokemon, they don't even have that much speed, or they don't even have really a lot in any stat. So with this 98 attack, we can go physical attack, 98 special attack, we can go special attack, and then we have enough speed to back up our decisions moderately well. Look at its typing, it is going to be a pure fire type. Now pure fire typing, look at all of those resists. So fire typing is going to be a very durable Pokemon, but the Pokemon stats don't really align with that, but just the pure fire typing is pretty nice. Good offensively, and while you do have some common weaknesses, water, ground, and rock, you're going to do just fine as long as you're staying away from those, and you just kind of play as a fire type brawler. Hopping into Pokemon Showdown, there's something really interesting to note about Simisear to begin with, that compared to Simisage, we're actually prioritizing the Nasty Plot as probably the most recommended set, instead of the second most recommended set as it was with Simisage. With Simisage, it has a little bit better physical options, and it has almost nothing specially that, unless you include like Hidden Power and Focus Blast, it really doesn't get much. So Simisear, because it does have that Flamethrower naturally, going to have some more options, and it also does get Grass Knot. And then you throw in your Hidden Power Ice, also just Flamethrower. I think it's going to be a little bit of a better offensive move just to gain a lot of damage off of, so then your goal is effectively the same. Use Nasty Plot. Get hit just enough, drop down below a third of hit points, but don't lose all of your health. And then Life Orb, Blaze Boosted, Nasty Plot, Flamethrower, going to be a super amount of damage while you're outspeeding any Pokemon that you can. As long as you're outspeeding because of that timid nature and you're getting all those boosts, you might find the right KOs where you need to, and that's going to be your setup. Now you can also change this around. We still have that Gluttony option. So we set up Nasty Plot, we take damage, we drop into that Gluttony range, and here's where you can kind of choose what you want to do. If you go for the Salac Berry, that means you're going to have more speed reliability, which means you go for Modest. In any case, you're getting more damage, because Modest Nature is boosting up to 324, so you're gaining 25 more points in your special attack, but Nasty Plot doubling that is giving you 50 more points, so you get a little bit here and there, and then it stacks with Stab from Flamethrower and stuff like that, or you can also turn around and go Patea Berry. Patea Berry boosts your special attack with the Gluttony, so now that means we go back to the timid nature, we just outspeed those one-on-ones. Now Patea Berry is going to give us less effective stats than Life Orb and Blaze, but it is easier to proc. That with Gluttony, we don't have to go below third, we can stay between the third and half, which could be happening in some weird situations. Like if you're not taking a lot of direct damage, you might not be able to proc that Blaze. Also with Life Orb, you're taking recoil damage, so if you successfully get the Gluttony Patea Berry, you don't have to worry about going down to your own Life Orb if you survive with a very low amount of hit points. So those are kind of the options that you have there. Going +3 and using a Flamethrower, even with only 98 base special attack, you're going to get those good outspeeds, and you're going to have a lot of damage. Hidden Power Ice, Grass Knot, so you hit super effective hits, and you're good to go. As for physical Simisear, I think you just want to come in guns blazing. You use that Overheat. So with that, we are going to want a Naive or Hasty Nature. That way we boost our speed, we don't lower our special attack with something like Timid, and we just go for a 130 base power thing that's going to lower our special attack. So Stab, going to be pretty nice, and then that's how we play it. We can also save it. We can save it for if we're in Blaze range, and then we throw out the Overheat, and that could get pretty massive. So if you want to work on that, Focus Sash, kind of an option if you want to just survive, get that Blaze going, then you just avoid priority from there, and you try to play as well as possible. If you're playing this game, you might want to set up a Power Punch. So you set up Power Punch, you're starting to boost your attack, Focus Sash procs, then you get dropped down, use that Overheat. So maybe Power Punch, a little bit of extra damage, something like that into Overheat is enough to knock out the opponent, and now you have plus stats, so those plus stats are going to be your physical change. Now with physical, your options are still about the same as Simisage, that you just have a lot of really interesting things from the move tutors. Iron Tail, Knockoff, these are good moves. You can also go for like Gunk Shot, something like that. Superpower, Low Kick. We have good offensive coverage, except we don't get the Flare Blitz. We have Fire Punch. Like if we had Flare Blitz, that might be something to play around with. We also get Crunch, but that's still like nothing to write home about. So we have okay on that physical, but I mean, it's not going to be much different than Simisage. There'll be a lot of tutor moves and a lot of extra things, but we don't get the stab off of it. So having Blaze might not be that great, which means if we go back and check it out, then that means we could go for Gluttony. Instead of Focus Sash, we can go style like Berry Adamant with Power Punch, that could be a pretty good option, or we just go with the Lychee Berry. With that Lychee Berry, gives us a lot of cool things. Set up Power Punch, get knocked down to half, Lychee Berry comes in. If only we had something like Drain Punch. Having Drain Punch would be pretty sick. Having Flare Blitz would be pretty sick. We do have Flame Charge options. So, I mean, it means we Flame Charge, we Power Punch. If we still have our outspeeds, we can go for something from there. But again, Fire Punch isn't going to be the greatest damage. 75 base power getting boosted. Knockoff, not going to get stabbed, but it's also going to be an option. So, you can kind of choose your boosting. If you're going Flame Charge, you run the Adamant Nature instead, and you don't have Power Punch, and then you just have coverage. Low Kick works out. We also do get access to Rock Slide and some other moves, Shadow Claw, just a lot of random things. So if you want to bring together your coverage, you can, and that's pretty much going to be Simisear. So deciding on Blaze or Gluttony, and then Physical or Special, but you can actually mix it up for no matter what you choose. So if you guys enjoyed the video, that's how you use Simisear, and I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you for watching.